that I got away from what makes me good, what makes me me, what makes fastball. I tried to start using that pitch more than I should have. And then when I got back to using my fastball, I started being successful.
Everybody's excited. I think that obviously some changes need to be made. Obviously made some changes. I think everybody's optimistic. Everybody's upbeat. Everybody's ready to get going. So I think he's positive. He's upbeat. He's got some pep in his step, however you want to call it. And he's a no nonsense guy, which I think is great. We could have done better. I thought we were better than the year before. I think the little things what wins games. You do all executing the little things and doing things right. Even as pitchers, getting a bunt down. Moving the guy over. Getting the guy over the second with nobody out to third, and getting him in. So and little things win. It's huge in baseball. That was an area that you could say we were totally great at. Just great strength for us. So, now Terry Collins seems like he's gonna beyond that. And he's really good besides that. So we should be even a lot better this year about that. I've actually there's probably not too many pitchers that have hit, but I've actually hit a couple times. Hit twice and actually broke the bat.
Would you say morale shifted when the trade deadline came and went, and then no new additions came out?
Well, I think it's trade deadline comes. I think every team would like to add another piece. No matter who it is. Even if you're stacked, I think you always you always look for some area to get better. And I think every team does it. But sometimes they can't don't find the right fit, or maybe the budget's the problem, or whatever. But you always look for an extra piece that almost puts you over the top. And, it's always disappointing whether if you don't get somebody. Even if you don't need anybody, even if you're 15 games up, and you don't add somebody, you're like, man, why didn't we get anybody? So it's deadline. If that comes, like I said, you always want to get that extra piece. And if not, what are you gonna do?
With Dan Worthen, you were probably his biggest booster this past off season when the heads were starting to roll. Are you surprised that he actually stayed, or?
No, I'm not surprised. I thought, like I said earlier, that going into last year, I thought everybody said that the pitching was a big question mark, and I thought it ended up being a stream. I thought we, as a whole, staff as a whole, we were fifth in the league in ERA or something like that. So I think we exceeded expectations, anybody's expectations. So I know there's question marks now too, but I expect the same thing. I expect us to be towards the top of the National League. And, I thought one of the offseason, I thought they were going to bring in a lot of young guys. Dan's probably the best communicator I've ever been around. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, he lets you know, hey, you were terrible yesterday, or hey, you were good. We need to work on this. You need to do this, and that's important. Especially for young guys and being around the last couple of years, we developed a relationship. So it's not like you have to come here and start over. So I'm glad that he's back.